Welcome to my channel. Today, let us explore The Outsider by the French writer Albert Camus, a story about loneliness, alienation, and free choice. In a seemingly ordinary world, Massault provides us with an extraordinary perspective.
Today, Mother died. Or maybe yesterday. I'm not sure. I received a call from the nursing home. They told me she had passed away. I should feel sad. But now, I just feel a bit lost.
His reaction to his mother's death is unlike that of most people. This lack of emotion is not indifference, but a deeper sense of alienation that makes him appear out of place in society.
At my mother's funeral, the sun was glaring, and the air was stifling. I stood aside, watching others cry, yet felt myself detached from it all. These ceremonies seemed vague to me, leaving me only tired and hungry. Thinking about the funeral ending soon and going to sleep for 12 hours, I felt a hint of joy.
After waking up and shaving, Massault prepares to go swimming, where he meets Marie again.
I am with Marie. She talks about the future, about marriage. She asks if I love her. I tell her these words mean nothing, but I feel I probably don't love her. She seemed a bit sad, but then laughed for no reason while cooking, and I hugged and kissed her.
His indifference towards life is also evident in his romantic relationships. He is indifferent to the future and feels constrained by commitments. However, a seemingly ordinary trip to the beach leads to unforeseen consequences.
The sun was glaring on the beach. I watched the Arab man, his knife glinting in the sunlight. Everything on the beach seemed to freeze, and I just felt the gun getting heavier in my hand, as if it had its own will. Then, I fired the gun.
The gunshot not only ends a life, but also irreversibly changes Massault's fate. At this moment, Massault's action breaks from his usual indifference, driven by an unconscious impulse. This act brings him to the dock for legal and social judgment.
In court, people no longer discussed the Arab who died. They only talked about why I didn't cry, why I smoked and drank coffee at my mother's funeral, as if these could prove I was a cold-blooded murderer. They said, "This shows I was a soulless man."
The courtroom trial becomes a questioning of Massault's humanity. Every testimony and question subtly magnifies his social isolation. This trial is not just about one man, but a reflection on societal values as a whole.
On the day of the trial, I felt more like an observer. My fate was discussed, dissected, and the real me never seemed to truly appear in the court records.
As Massault faces his impending sentence, he begins to ponder the true meaning of life. His indifferent attitude towards life and acceptance of death become more profound and steadfast.
After the trial, I was taken back to prison. At night, I looked at the ceiling of my cell. Thinking about my fate, I realized that no matter what the judgment was, I was ready to face everything.
In the nights of his imprisonment, Massault's mindset reaches an unprecedented clarity. He rejects the priest's religious solace, maintaining his view of the world, even if it means facing death alone. Massault's trial transcends his crime, becoming an examination of his personal life and moral choices. Throughout this, he reflects on his life and impending death.
I began to understand that no matter what the outcome was, my life would never be the same. But the trial made one thing clear to me. Life itself does not need to have meaning. What matters is how you live authentically.
The Outsider challenges our traditional views on life, death, and freedom. Massault, the eternal outsider, through his story, makes us reflect on our own existence. Now, I invite you to ponder, in this complex world, have you ever felt like an outsider? Have Massault's choices and worldview touched your thoughts? Please share your feelings and thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like. See you next time.